Thanks for joining me today. Your role here will be as a skip tracer, and your job will be to compile a list of quality data that our sales team will use to try to engage with these prospects. So, what you need to do, you see, I have open two different tabs here. One is for the yellowpages.com, which will be the website that you use to, get information, and then the truepeoplesearch.com. This website will be what you use to do your research, or if you have a different database that you are familiar with, you can use that as well. And then on this side, we have the actual Excel spreadsheet, which will be where you collect all the data. So there are several different tabs or several different fields that have to be collected. The first four, these are pretty much default. So as you begin to collect your data, you'll just copy and paste all this, and you'll see how that works. And then you want to get the first name, the middle name, if it's there, the last name, and then the primary street address, primary city, state, zip code, and primary phone number. All right. So let's get started. What we'll do is go back to the yellow pages, and we'll go to the what you're looking for. We'll type in dentist, and then for where, we'll type in Los Angeles. Okay. After you type that in, you hit find, and then it'll bring up the list that it returns. So you see Golden State Dental Group, that's actually a company. We don't want the company, we want the individual. And then we also want the individual's home address. That's what we're looking for. So as we see here, we have Dr. Richard A. Frieden. And it's actually even better when you have the middle initial, because if it was Jill Smith, um, the name's common, and it's a little bit harder to determine who we're actually, um, you know, the individual that we're actually pulling data on. So you go again, you look, and we're going to find the business address. So 630, 6360 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 506. We'll take that. And then what we'll do is go to True People Search, go to Address Search, Los Angeles, and there we go. And it actually has the doctor in it. So a lot of times that won't happen, but we got lucky here. And then, but when you look here, you'll see that the current address is 6360 Wilshire Boulevard. Well, that's actually the business address, and that's not what we're looking for. We want the individual's home address. So if you do come to an instance where the current address is a business address, then we're going to go down and we will pull two of the previous addresses, hoping that one of these is the individual's actual current address. And then we look, we see this 323 number. If you remember, if you looked here, that's the business phone. So we don't need this because we're not calling the business. We want the individual. Let's go to our spreadsheet. We're going to do Richard. A. Primary street address. We're not going to use this. We're going to go with this. So 303 South Crescent. Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90048. Okay, and then we have his phone number. And we'll go ahead and do the other phone numbers again. We're going to skip over this one. And then the last one. Okay, and then now we'll just copy the address. Okay, and then like I said, we want to do two of the current addresses, two of the addresses, because this is wrong and we don't know which one is his actual home address. So we'll go here and we'll do the Beverly Hills as well. And then we're going to do 3 records of it because we have 3 phone numbers. So what we could do is just go ahead and copy these phone numbers again. Paste them there. Now to 45 South Elm Drive, Beverly Hills. Wrong spot. We'll just copy this 2 more times. Okay, and then now we need to copy the actual record. We got 6, so we need 5 more. Alright, and then we need to copy this as well. Alright, and that's for Freedom. So now we'll move on to the next individual. And we have Julius R. Jones. So let's go again. Here we have 5563 West Pico Boulevard. As well. Angela, no. Bruce, no. Julius, yep. Ding, ding. There we go. Got him. So we'll get started with him. Looks like when we first thing we do again is look at the current address, and we'll see the business address is 5563 West Pico. The current address is Don Quixote. And so, yes, that's actually his address. No need to pull these different addresses. We know that this is actually his current home address. So then here we have, and let's look at the phone number. You see here again, 323-938-4136. This number is a business line, so we won't be using that. But besides that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers, 9 records that we need. So we can go ahead and create that here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Oh, might need 1 more. But we'll get started with the information here. So Julius R. Jones, address 4524 Don Quixote Drive, Los Angeles, California 90008. Let's do these phone numbers. What happened there? Skip this one. so we have all the phone numbers there. Let's go ahead and copy the zip code in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 numbers. All the numbers are there. Do our address. Boom. Name. Boom. And there we go. So let's take a look at the full spreadsheet. And here we go. So again, these lead owner, lead type, source of relationship, lead list name, these all remain the same. We have Richard A. Frieden, who was our first, and actually, so we don't count a lead as an individual record. We have 25 records, or not 25, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 records here, but only 2 leads because we only have 2 individuals, Richard and Julius. So for Richard, when we started, his business address showed as his current address. So we didn't want to put the business address. We need his home address, and we're not sure which is his home address. So we decided to go with 2 different, the last 2 listed home addresses. So we went with the 303 South Crescent and the 345 South Elm. We got those, and then we put the phone numbers. You see here we have the same phone number, but it's okay because we're not for sure. This time the phone number is associated with this record, and then this time the phone number is associated with this different address record. So what happens, I might have mentioned this, but our system, it's going to take a look at the addresses and phone numbers and determine if these addresses and phone numbers are on the do not call list. So very important. And then with the next lead, Julius Jr., the current address actually showed up as being different than the business address. So we're assuming that the 5424 Don Quixote Drive is his home address. And we went ahead and just added all of the phone numbers, one phone number, per record here that's going attached to just this one address. So one thing here that I am noticing here is that it is changing the number as far as changing the address here. So 4524 Don Quixote. Instead of doing it like I did it there and dragging it, you're gonna need to just copy and then highlight and paste. Same thing here. When I drug it, it added a different number. So you just copy, paste. Same thing here. It shouldn't be 304, 305. It should just be 303. So we'll copy and paste. Okay. And yep, same thing with the zip codes as well. So just copy, paste, and same thing here. So be careful with that. Make sure that your zip codes are the same. And besides that, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.